Okay, my lovelies, let's start with a nice little hip opening. So we're just going to take a really deep, well now if I can remember, I might stick away from flexion completely today. And we're just going to take it, oh I love this my hair, it's like, I always realise how tight my hair is. And 3, 2, 1, and then take this elbow down. Try not to squish, keep that big gap between ear and shoulder, and just take a real deep stretch through the lateral side. Reaching the hand overhead, take a lovely in breath. And out. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Last one. Beautiful. Then bring that hand back to shoulder height and then take a little deeper stretch if you can. Obviously watching that front knee doesn't go over the toes, and just have a little look at that thumb. Take a beautiful in breath. And out. Last one. And then straighten that front leg and then take the back hand to the back leg and take a gaze up to ceiling. Again, 3 deep in out breaths. Last one. And then take the front hand into the inner calf area and then bring that other hand up to ceiling as you take. And if you want, you can try and take that hand behind the back just to open up the chest. Take a breath in. And out. In. And out. Last one. And then gently back up and then just create, if I would do the other side, take the feet ever so slightly in and open up that chest a bit. So we're just going to take our hands in to link our fingers, and then we're just going to take a nice chin to chest, just pulling through the scapula. So Paul, just stay like that, hon, or you can gently come into a half fold. And then push through the heels, draw the tummy in to bring yourself back up to centre position. Let's come to that other side, just 10 little bounces. It's quite nice to have it a bit cooler today, isn't it?
I have to walk with a friend to Thorn and Brenham after this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So limber you all up, Carol.
Yeah.
And then over. And gently up, take that straight leg to the front, reach up, slight back bend, take a beautiful in breath. And out. In. And out. Last one. And again, bend that front knee, take that hand to the front inner calf area and then reach up. Again, pull the hand back, or you can take it behind the back if it doesn't feel too much. Bringing that shoulder blades together, breath in. One more. And then gently back in. Well done. Let's come back to centre. Well, not quite centre. We'll just do 3 pelvic circles in one direction. And 3 in the other. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Okay, let's take our weight into our standing foot. So ever so slightly transfer that weight. Really spread your toes. Take the palms together And we're just going to do 8 where we straighten flex the foot. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, so your tummy. And then hips, and then just slight softness in the knee, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, well done. And then gently, if you can, take that leg back, take the weight forwards, keep the core engaged, lift for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then 10 hamstring curls. You bring the heel into the bum and then you straighten for 2, for 3, 4, 5, 5 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, well done. Take that back foot down, little gaze up to ceiling, take a breath in, and out, in, and out, last one, and back to centre, beautiful. Let's stand on the other foot, exactly the same. So again, draw the tummy in, really try and flex that foot at the end, and for 2, for 3, 4, and then my knee, good, 3, 2, 1, hold it out, a little bit of flexion in the foot, a little bit of softness in the knee, lift for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, well done, gently to the back, keep that core super tight, lift for 10, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then bring that heel in, 10 hamstring curls, 2, 3, 4, good balance guys, 5 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take that back heel down, again bend the front knee, slight back bend up towards the ceiling, 4 deep in, out breaths. Last one. And beautiful. Well done. Lovely. Okay, let's just warm up through our tootsies, through our calves, and through our shoulders. So we're just going to take it into our welcome legs. And raise up into calf raise for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I'll miss them little clicks on the way home. 3, 2, 1, well done, and then straight into parallel. We're just going to warm up the shoulders just before we lift some weights, and we're just going to go 5, 4, 3 is a bit warm in here. Well, to be fair, I've had the windows and doors all open because K2 comes on a morning, it's always boiling hot. So it was quite cool, cooler than it's been for weeks.
Definitely it's cooler today.
Yeah. 2, 1, well done, and then take arms out in front, retract out, and if you can bring your calf in, bring the calf raise in, but if it feels a bit too much on the old brain, sometimes when you introduce this and people haven't done it, it's really funny, they're like, oh, 4.
It's like me at the beginning. I want to go up earlier than I should.
So you don't mind, you can do. I sometimes do, I change. And 1, well done, just take a little shrug, 2 more. And beautiful. Well done, lovely. So let's pick, I've left you 5s out, I've left you 2 5s out, Paul, but I've left you Carol 3s if you want. But we're going to do bicep first if you wanted to lift a heavier one.
It's fine.
Yeah, I think you can with bicep. I'm sure you've lifted it before. Have you not? I'll just, maybe abduction will change. So we're going to do palm facing it up for 10, sorry. So 1, 2, keep that core engaged, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, there you go. Other side, so again, draw the tummy in, lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Then we're going to switch again. Come into a lunge position, but take your palm in, not up. So just in towards the body. It just works a slightly different muscle group. And then to a lunge. So we go. That's it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done.
My knees on my left actually.
Dear, which way were you right that you had your bit of tennis?
No, it's my
elbow,
left.
was it?
Yeah, I know.
Is it all recovered now?
Shh.
5, 4, 3, 2. It's good that you manage bicep with it though, because it's bicep that normally is the problem.
Yeah.
And then abduction, you might want to change for this, Carol, if you've never done them before.
Yeah, so
They're not easy, yeah. I've only just, well, not just, but. And then shoulders down. So try and keep them shoulders depressed, and then lift and lower. This is when you need to breathe out. 6 more. Well done. The only problem with abduction, sometimes I've got quite a lot of dresses, zip dresses. So they fit everywhere, but then they get a bit, because you're obviously working your lats, aren't you?
So you get bulky.
So you get a bit your lats are a bit broader. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, well done. And then up overhead. So yeah, you might be alright with 5 with this one, because you've got 2 hands. And let's do 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. There was a woman on bloody Instagram, did I tell you, the week doing this? She had to get rid of your bingo wings, ladies. 100? I was like, bloody hell. 2, 1. I thought 100.
Over the day probably could, but not all
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then we're just going to do, pick both up actually. Do you know what, I'm going to get you this bit. This one. Not the other one. So just feet into first. And then again, rib cage down. And then we're going to keep our elbows glued in. Eight more for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Keep with them. I'm just not feeling the front race today, Paul. And then we're just going to lift. 1, 2, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, like this, keep the core in here, yeah, these are horrid. And 12 are alright with 3s, but not with 5. I'm really juvenile when I do this. I want to go, I must improve my bust. And 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Well done, guys. Put your weights, just throw them to one side, guys, so you're not having to navigate them. And we'll just, as always, really give ourselves a good stretch out.
You'll need one.
So again, one leg in front, same hand, always goes up towards the ceiling. Grab with the other hand and just pull, so you're lengthening through the spine. And then just come over. Try and keep that bicep kind of in line with your ear. And back up to centre, and then the hand that's on the wrist, take it onto the top of the head, and the other one bring behind your back, and then just take that stretch into that neck. Last one, and then back to centre, and then out in front. I bet Abs thinks I'm alright with Chloe. I told them to get, you know, the ear cards. No, like a bit of a, like worried, because I said to Abs, have you got the ear cards?
Has she?
You know, they have, well I don't, you know, like you used to get the ear.
Yeah, I think, are they still around now?
Yeah, well it used to be the E11.
Yeah.
And it's changed now to GEIC and HEIC, so Global Health Insurance. The only reason.
What's your private health insurance?
Well, the reason being that the only reason I said it, and they're dead easy, like literally just go online.
We used to have one, but I thought they kind
well, I completely, and apparently they're really important. It's only because Jane Irving, one of my clients, didn't know about it. No.
I thought it was all gone.
No, it's not. So I went to see my friend Jane Irving. I don't know if you know Jane. Anyway, she were in Italy a few weeks ago, came off of an e-bike, broke her, almost, I thought it was a shoulder, but she's broken her arm in 3 places, like up here. And she said, honestly, Joe, it was unbelievable. As soon as we got, we're like, we're not going to treat you unless you've got your ear card. And she said, luckily we had it. So it cost us 25 quid. Well, I think they probably would if you, but she would have been thatched, so should it cost us 20?
So did she not have to pay at all then?
Cost us 25 quid, that's all it was, to get x-rays and everything.
Have it, you have to pay.
You definitely claim it back, I suppose it's just to save them.
Yeah, but it could be a massive amount of money, so it's better than
exactly. Some people might actually.
Credit card out.
So Mace got the global one, we got the EIC. I think when you go on to EIC, it brings you almost automatically to the GHIC. So basically, you just go on the if you Google GEIC or EIC, it just takes you straight to the website, and all you need is your national insurance number.
Okay.
And then that's it. Boom, they just come through. So it's worth knowing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just because hopefully you won't need it. But I just said to Mason, I was just in case. You just never know. But it has made me rethink about. I was thinking of getting some electric bikes out. But I've tried them before and they're so heavy.
I've never tried one.
Have you not?
No.
They're great.
I want to try one of the barrel bikes that they've got.
We did it in Brack Island, but Brack was it's quite hilly, but the roads are amazing. So Jane said in Italy, oh my God, Joe. Well, obviously she came off, and in Paxos, I mean, I've looked at enough videos. They're all kind of. So should you only have to go over a stone or something, and she would just breaking down the hill, and she not only she were lucky, not only breaking down the hill, but literally a back wheel completely came up. She went completely head over, and she must have moved because she didn't want a face plant, and that's when she.
Yeah.
But it could have been a lot worse, you know, if there had been a car there.
Yeah.
Right, lovelies, that's my advice to you. You always get a little bit of advice. Usually it's about a movie, but. So we're going to come to the edge of our mat. We're going to take a chin to chest. We're going to bring our hips back and our weight forwards. And nice and slow. Paul, just come down. We're coming down basically into a plank. So however easy it is for you to get into plank. So we're going to hold the plank position, spreading the spreading the hands. So fingers spread wide, and then just really feel like you're pushing the mat away. So you want to feel like you're not squeezing the scapula together. You want to kind of take your scapula apart. So you want to really broaden that back. Heels towards the floor. We're just going to hold. For 10. 2, 1. Then we're going to take our knees to the floor. Flatten our feet, bring our elbows back nice and slow, and take your chest and your chin to ground, and then reach up into that upward dog position, really tucking the tailbone, hips forward, opening up the front of the body, take an in breath, and out, in. Don't you like it?
No,
Your body not like him?
No.
So what you can do, Carol, sorry I should have said, so if you're not used to doing extension, tuck it and then just to there.
I can do it to there.
Yeah. Once you do, I mean the more you do it, the easier it does get, but it's generally because we don't do enough prone work. And then just come back up again and then take it into a downward dog. So Mark, who comes on a Monday night, he's been suffering with back for quite a long time. And physio's given him Cobra, so we've been doing it a lot in class, and at first he couldn't do it, and now he says, God, I can't believe it, Joe. I find it really easy now, and a few months ago I couldn't do it at all. And then take both heels down, hold that deep stretch within the calf. Last one. Back into plank. You can, if you don't want to do plank, come into a child's pose. We're just going to hold for another 30 seconds here. So just do a long child's pose if you don't want to. Keep pushing that mat away. Kind of feel like the creases of your elbows are facing each other, and that will broaden the back. And then big toes together, and then reach into your lovely child's pose. Give your hand just a little bit of a pumping action, just to release that tension. And take that lat dorsal stretch, that lovely, taking both hands round to one side, reaching the top hand over the bottom hand. Take another 3 big deep in-out breaths. And to the other side. Two more. The last one. Beautiful, lovely. Okay, let's come straight onto our back. Serena, I know you're not going yet, babe, but just in case, I know you said you had to leave early, I'll just say bye just before you do. Okay, so just take the ball in between your inner thighs and just allow yourself just a moment to just really feel like your shoulder blades are melting into the mat. So you want to really broaden the front of the chest. So usually when you've done cobra, the chest does feel a little bit more lengthened. And our feet are hip distance apart, and we want to really feel the whole of like our toes into the mat, the middle of the foot and the heel. So you want to really push the middle of the foot down when you come into bridge. So we're just going to gently roll that lower back into the mat. A little bit of a squeeze of the ball will keep the knees in alignment, and then start lifting up into our bridge position. Hips are nice and high on our shoulder blades. And we're going to take a lovely in-breath and slowly melt down. So if you have squeezed your glutes a bit, allow the bum muscles to just completely relax as we come back down to the mat, all the way through imprint, release. And again, let's take a breath in. Gently roll that pelvis in, so imagine you're just squashing something underneath the lumbar spine. Give your ball a bit of a squeeze, keep those knees in alignment, restacking or taking the spine away, bone by bone. The knees and the shins feel like they're pushing forward a bit. And then try and hold in this position, so keep the core engaged, maybe give your glutes a little bit of a squeeze. Take your right hand, bring it overhead, and then bring it back down. And the other side. Take a breath in. Slowly lower. All the way down. Beautiful. Then bend at your elbows, but take your palms up to the ceiling, so like a goalpost, cactus arms. And again, take a lovely in-breath. Gently roll the lower back into the mat. Again, give that ball a squeeze. Coming up into bridge. Hips are high, knees are forward, shins are forward. Take an in-breath. Slowly lower. Really just visualise that spine making an imprint in the imaginary sand all the way through. Beautiful. One more like that. So again, gently roll the lower back, give the ball a squeeze, coming up into bridge. And take your arms back down by your side. Yeah. Bring the heels away, tuck the tailbone. And then just do them little squeezes. So we're keeping up in bridge, we're squeezing for 10, we're squeezing for 9, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're taking the heels back down and we're gently coming out of bridge again, restacking the spine back down. Beautiful. We've got one more. We're taking a breath in. Gently roll back into imprint and then squeeze the ball as we come up. Taking our knees and our shins forward. Coming back into the ball of the foot, tucking our tailbone. And this time we're just going to roll down. So we're coming out of bridge, but we're only rolling to the last rib. And then we're firing our hips back up quite quickly. So start rolling down towards the last rib and then push back up. Rolling down, so just to get a little bit more hamstring lift up. 4 more. Up. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Heels down and softly, softly back down to the floor. And give yourself a very welcome. Take the ball away and then just hug your knees into chest. Have a little roll around.
It's getting disco leg there.
And roll back. lovely. Okay guys, let's just take a nice little supine spine stretch just before we do a little bit of core work. So take the knees to the right, the head to the left, and then gently back to centre, the other way, and back again. Yeah, Abs made me laugh yesterday. I sent her a message of this really lovely restaurant in Paxos overlooking the ocean. And she went, oh, get me there. I'm fed up looking at this computer screen. I went, you've only been back 3 days from Mallorca.
And then she's going again to Switzerland, and then she's going again to Morocco. What's the
Nice somewhere, lovely.
Summer of holidays.
And one more each side. She's so thoughtful though. She was like, I've seen this lovely restaurant hotel, and then just bring one leg over, guys. Lovely hotel for Mason's birthday jar in Liverpool. She said, I know it's a long way away, like it's October.
She likes so she says, what are you doing for your birthday? Because mine's September. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you booked Bavette, she said.
Yeah, I said booked for Bavette because that's supposed to be nice.
Bavette's supposed to be lovely.
Yeah, so I thought it'd be an ideal opportunity to go.
Nice.
I've not mentioned it to anyone yet, so whether they can come, I don't know, but we'll see. It is on the weekend, my birthday, so.
And then switch. Oh, that'll be lovely for her. Apparently they live round here, the guys that own it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that is something we're telling me. Because they've come from London, haven't they?
I don't know. Don't know much about it, but
yeah.
Got good reviews.
And then back to centre. And then we're going to come. If you don't want to go on your roller, you don't have to. But if you want to do some core work on the roller, you can. I'm squeezing my pelvic floor. So I'm sure I didn't go through here. Lots of class. That's why you need Pilates, guys. So bring your head. Obviously make sure that it's there. It's as far at the end of the roller as you can. And that way you're likely to be able to keep your bum on as well. Or if you're little like me, you'll easily get on. No problem. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So if there was a choice, if anyone at home's watching who's like 6'6", and there is a bit of a choice between slightly having your bum slightly off, it's better to make sure the head is completely on.
Yeah.
So just open up through the chest. So we've got this lovely, lovely lengthening through. Remember, if your chest muscles get tight, it can affect loads of stuff like breath. So you want to really feel that elongation through the pec muscles. And just sometimes it's nice just to lay there just for a little bit and really think of your posture. So ideally when you're on the roller, you want the ribs, you know, if you kind of find your last rib and just trace it round to the roller, you pretty much, so my right side is on, I've got a slight little bit of a gap underneath the left one. Most people have slight scoliosis, so as long as the ribs are in and down, then that's really good. So just a little gap underneath the lower back. Draw the belly button away from your hot, imaginary hot pants, and then bring your right leg up to tabletop. Make sure you've got a chin nod and you're seeing either above you or straight in front, not to the back of the room, and bring the other leg up. And let's just find our centre. And just keep that core engaged. Let's take the left leg straight and gently back in. So the idea is that nothing moves, and then the right leg and back in. So breath doesn't really matter so much in this one, because you really should be operating the same level of control when you take the leg out as when you bring it in. I tend to breathe out on the way out and then in on the way back in, but it doesn't really matter. So really, if you find it harder in one direction to stabilise, then we usually use the out breath on the harder part. Let's do 8 more singles. your right leg down to the floor and then the left foot. And then give yourself a really big pelvic tilt just to release any tension in the lower back. Lovely. And I think we've got room today, which we don't always have room in this one. So let's take our arms up towards the ceiling. Let's keep our shoulders lovely and kind of mobilised. So let's take our right hand forward and our left hand back. So ideally, not ideally, but if you can take your thumb to the ground, that is perfect kind of flexion of the shoulder. And again. Obviously, if you've had an injury or surgery, then it's difficult. If you've broke nearly every bone in your spine, Paul. And then take one hand down, the other hand back, and then do that abduction or that circling action, remember? So it's like I think about this hand starts doing like a semicircle and this other hand does. Some people think of it as like, imagine a helicopter whirring or a windmill or snow angels.
I'm just whirring. I don't know what I'm doing.
That's it, yeah. So, watch Carol. So, when you've got them here to here, the just come in. Right, so what it's doing, so this is in scissor, and then they're doing that. And then they come up to me. Yeah, and then they come back up to centre. So, like this, and you just down, and then you do with that one what I do with this. And then back up to me. Back up to that one.
No, that's
it is funny. Once you get it, don't you? But it can feel a little bit. That's it.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. So most people, I alternate each time. But if your brain's doing one direction, then it will just do one direction. Do you know what I mean? Like now I do alternate and I really, really struggle going in the same direction. So it's just a bit of a brain. Good for the old brain. And then come back down, guys, and you should just feel that really lovely opening of the chest. And we'll do a little bit of neck work. So keep the chin towards the chest and then just take the right ear to shoulder. And again, just notice how that left side. I've had 3 people in this week with bad necks. And then back to centre. I don't think mobile phones good, if I'm honest, in relation, because people just spend half the time. It's always one side of the neck that's tight. And just side to side. And then do just a little chin to chest and really retract so you feel like you've got a double chin. That is really lengthening through the back of the neck. Just hold it. Really pulling. This is the one the physio's given me. I'm supposed to do it every day and I'm a bit slack with it. And then back to centre position, then just do a couple of little circles. So imagine you've got a pen on your nose and you're just drawing some little circles on the ceiling. And circle back. And beautiful. Well done. Let's come off onto the floor. Let's do a little bit of side leg. Let's do a little bit of side leg. So let's bend our bottom knee to create that gap underneath the waist. Yeah, so just keep that core engaged. I'm not going to make it through this class, I don't think, guys, without running to the loo, so I'll get you started. So point the foot, lift. I want you to really feel like a little hold at the top. So I want you to do 12 with a pointed foot and then 12 with a flex foot. And if I'm not back, 8 circles, I will be back, but maybe not in time. 8 circles and 8 circles, yeah? So 12 point, 12 flex, 8 circles forward, 8 circles back.
You got that, Paul?
Yeah, got that.
Okay. Starting now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119,
You're doing them quickly.
10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8.
Should we go do the side?
Yeah, let's go to the
She
side.
watch my videos, must laugh because they think she always has to mix the lip. I don't know what's wrong with her. And
You're drunk lots, isn't
I know, that's what I'm trying to do actually.
Yeah.
More water. And then the other side, then we'll make sure we stretch it all out. So again, lift up, lengthen.
Do you have to stretch your arm? Can you do that?
You can do that, and then you can make a pillow.
That's
Yeah,
not- yeah.
yeah, absolutely. It's more about kind of trying to keep this waist lifted.
We were doing too fast.
Yeah, pause. 1,
I
2,
know, I'm
3,
going to
4.
say, bloody hell, remember that little pause. It's harder, the little pause. Keep that waist, so it's like you're really pushing that foot away. 3, 2, 1, flex. Just straight up my hair. Hold, circle, 1, 2. Seven, 8, circle back. And 1, well done. And pull in. I usually feel really good on Friday morning because my breast cancer class on a Thursday night is all a lot more gentle and stretchy, but one of my clients has not long had a hip operation, so she can't get down on the floor. So then doing an hour's class standing, because I didn't want to alien, do you know what I mean? I wanted her to be able to join in.
Yeah.
So we did like almost bar, loads of glutes and, you know, like loads of squats and bloody
Yeah.
balance work and all sorts. So my legs are a bit like jelly today. I didn't sleep well last night at all.
Alright.
I woke every night. I mean, I've slept, but like I woke every 2 hours.
Yeah, and I woke, and I think it must be nearly morning. I look, it's about 4:30, it's like broad.
Well, I was really
daylight,
shocked.
you know.
I thought I'd been asleep hours. I went upstairs into the top room because it's just a bit cool and there's a fan up there. And I went up about 20 past 10 and I woke up to go for Ian. It was 20 past 12 and I was like, God. So I just went back, I couldn't get sleep and I thought, I went back in, I must have gone off again and then woke again at 1:30. So I came down and slept on the sofa, which I haven't done that for years. But the house is warm still, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not designed, are we, for heat?
No. I went to Zucco's last night.
Oh, and then
So
did
you
you?
know, you had a big meal,
Yeah.
and then we went to Alfred's bar.
Oh, and had a
afterwards.
drink.
Yeah, we played Trivial Pursuit in there.
Oh,
so
were you?
we got back late, so when you get back, it's after your normal
Yeah,
time. You
yeah,
kind of
Yeah,
routine's out, isn't it?
yeah. And if I think I had a glass of rosé, but only like one after I got in from work, and I thought, I don't think, bloody hell, if I can't even have one glass of wine without disturbing sleep. I don't think it was that. And then gently come up, guys. I just think with the weather, I've not been sleeping well. Do you know what I mean? Since last week.
For weeks.
Yeah. And then you get into that cycle,
I
don't
think
you?
once your routine's gone, you know,
Yeah.
you just don't fall asleep straight away,
Oh.
then it's like, oh.
Sunday, Monday night, I really struggled with sleeping. It was so bloody hot, wasn't it?
It was, I think
You
we
were
got
right,
our
didn't
big
you?
duvet on, which
Have you? Oh God, no. Trying to drink this electrolyte.
It's not very nice, is it? It's a funny,
Salt.
funny taste.
I don't normally drink when everyone's like, oh, you really should. So from Willpower's, it's like watermelon flavour, and I don't like watermelon.
Yeah. Oh,
I like watermelon. I like
yeah,
watermelon as in the
but
fruit, but I don't like watermelon drinks. And then we're just going to keep our core tight. No, we're not going to do this one actually. We're going to do this instead. Just thinking reflection. So just hold, try and take your heels both away, if you can. If it feels to, don't worry. If it feels too hard on one, then just place one foot down. In fact, yeah, you can have one heel down and then just lift the other. Lift. Serena's gone now, just in time, because she hates these ones anyway.
I thought she'd gone before. I thought that's why we were talking.
She only went about 30, she won't mind 30 seconds ago. 3, 2, 1, well done. And then again, the hardest thing is really keeping upright.
Yes.
So draw that tummy really in to feel the back posture muscles, and then lift, lift. 4, 5, 6,
That's not the bottom.
7, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Take your hands behind your back. Just take some little hip flexor ones.
I like doing this.
I love doing this because when I go, if you keep your legs quite, there is one I'll show you. I did it I was showing them last night in class. They were laughing. They're like, we can't do that, Jo. So you kind of sit like that. So this front leg kind of goes in. That's it. Now I have to really think about this, guys. Yeah. So the front knee, take that back hand, keep the back hand where it is, but then push up with the other hand. That's it. And then you come back to centre, and then you swivel, and then push up, and then back. Swivel. So you're really pushing it up. So you can even do like a circling action with your arm, and then. We've got
around the place.
We've got to do a dance routine. Bloody hell, the dance studio where I do teach my Pilates on a Thursday night. They do a charity event every year where all the dancers basically sell tickets and they give it to the charity. And they've chosen our charity because we've just got charitable status. So they've chosen NY Mid Yorkshire Breast Cancer, but they want us to do a dance.
You love that.
I bloody work.
You're not actually good.
And then I did this, I went, oh, this looks lovely. I went, oh, maybe I might just wear a whimsical dress. You just leave me at the back. And then they'll think, oh, they were like, oh, it's a real contemporary.
Yeah.
They'll think I'm a contemporary dancer, when actually, no, this is the only thing I can do. And no, I'm alright with the moves. I can do the moves. It's just bloody memory.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? So I think she'll make it quite simple, not too difficult a routine. But it's kind of like, right, and out to box step, and out to grapevine, and out to this, and out to that.
But then do it all together.
What's coming next? What's coming next?
Yeah.
Do you know? And then
That's
it's like,
best at the back, and then you can just watch the one in front of you. They know what they're doing.
and then just come into, just take 4 count to cat. And 2 more. And then back to centre, and then push the hips up nice and high, heel down. Oh, Julie's not coming to class yet. Mum came out of hospital, but she says she wasn't well again last night.
I
So
saw
she's
the
like,
message, yeah.
bless her.
She doesn't sound too good, does she?
No. 3, 2, and 1, and then keep them knees nice and soft. Walk your hands back to your feet, gently up. We're just going to take our right leg forward, and then just ride that left heel just for a final calf stretch into the mat. So have you got a nice weekend ahead, kids? You're always doing something exciting.
Well, yeah, Al's gone down to his mum's today. She's having a cataract done.
All right.
So, Yeah, I've got various things on, but then I'm going to get to Swanage, so I'm going to drive down to Bamburgh, and Niall's going to meet me in Bamburgh. He's going to catch the train to Bamburgh from his mum's.
And then,
We'll go down together. So
what are
drive
you
down
doing
together.
there?
In Swanage. Well, we're going down with some friends, and there's Swanage Jazz Festival next weekend.
Nice.
But we're going the whole week, so the boys are going fishing at one
nice.
day.
Yeah,
Going
nice.
to see, yeah, they did it last year.
Very
What a
good.
huge sea bass back.
Oh,
Which is
Nice.
I never with this whole I can't do it. I can't do eyes and head and things.
I
It's,
see.
I loved about what we should have done was fillet it, and we didn't. We kind of just cooked it whole, and then there's loads of bones, and it's
Yeah,
it
it's a
wasn't.
bit hard
So
to
we should have filleted it. It was a bit
Yeah.
unwieldy, but
Yeah.
but yeah, they enjoyed
And
it.
what about you, Paul?
It's
So it's
Jill Charlmander's 60th birthday,
Oh, is it? Oh,
So-
I like Jill. She's lovely.
and she's having a do at the Police Social Club.
Oh, the
Oh,
one
good
bloody out on the
idea.
road,
Yeah.
guys. But there, we had Finley's christening there.
So
Yeah, isn't
we're
it?
spending Saturday decorating, making balloon garlands and
Thanks,
all
guys.
sorts of stuff.
Thank you.
Oh, lovely.